I will not crash, honey yacht, dash, honey yacht, dash, honey yacht, dash, honey yacht, dash, honey yacht, dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am.
Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 23-yard line.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second and 11 now. Rodgers caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Rodgers now on first down. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Rodgers going to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Graham. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Check 26. Hey, 88, 26.
On play action, Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on second and 3. Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Good route there.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 44 to Mike. 44.
Gun.
They go play action. Cousins. Hard throw. Incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Now the Packers get set to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Jump out. Hey, 88.
What do you want?
Hey, Delta.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Now they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check. Watch 54.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Flush. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
You got 58.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
54, right inside. 54, Mike. Watch the screen.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Blue 58.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Let's go, right.
Shit.
From the 24, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Get 300. Get 300. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Plant.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Five.
I'm going to come back.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
At the 6-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. A give to Cook out of the gun. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Throw left side on target to Thielen. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
A gain of 15. And the Vikings first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Cousins on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins now. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Cousins. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run a mid-order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Hey, Haywood! Motion.
From the 41, Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check nickel. Over.
Get 300.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
This will be taken in at the 1. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Play action now. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw, there's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Grant. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 38.
Hey, Alpha.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. He's tired of me.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Inside. Hey, Echo. Box it. 26.
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. And he comes back with one complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's a big 3. It's 3rd and 7.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Kill.
Back north.
51's the mic. Man,
Right.
that's track. He's crazy.
Hey, Charlie.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Ben Gideon coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got his rookie tight end. That's Irv Smith Jr. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And an alley to run. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
26. Yeah, Liz. White left. Jim. He's going for the movie.
Throwing is Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here's Hunt, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
54. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Watch the eye.
Easy.
On play action, Rodgers. And he's got it. 12 yards there and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
50. Hey, exit. 54. There it comes.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good to make it 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A give. This is Cook. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, dude, they still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Showing up. Hey, watch that. Check.
Plant.
Mike.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Mike.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Hey, high 7. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
And overall,
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Again, he was looking for Davante Adams, and it's 3rd and short.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Adams has it, complete. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. Looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A gain of 3, second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's third down. A 10th carry in the game for Cole. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. False start's going to push them back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now Cousins on 4th down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Go! Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the run. Mike 55.
Hey, check 26.
55. Hey, Foxtrot. 55 is my guy, 55. Watch a slant. Check, 55.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
It's your time, baby. We did our part.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
26.
54. Hey, seam 6. 54. Watch 54. Check that.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Mike 54. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Rodgers throwing here. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
54. Mike 54.
Box it.
He's not going to get me. 54 is Mike.
Rodgers to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Smooth.
Mike 54. I got him. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
Back to throw. Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
50.
55. Check. 54. Watch the screen. Pass. Check right 50.
To throw is Rodgers. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Cousins to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Play fake. Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other.